Hey everyone, welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel. My name is Steve and I'm out here today with the Freedare Eden in a beautiful color of red. Now the reason I have this e-bike as opposed to other e-bikes on the market is because I've been looking for an e-bike for my daughter-in-law and she had certain specifications that she needed in an e-bike and this one fit the bill. Now one of the features she was looking for was an e-bike with an anti-theft system, so that really narrows down the field. This one has it. Down here you have a GPS and you have sort of like a tiny cell phone, 4G cell phone, so it sends out information to your cell phone no matter where you are and no matter where the bike is. Another thing she was looking for was a step-through design. This bike comes in two different designs. You have the step-through design as you see here, and you also have a bike with a bar that goes from here to here. That bike is called the Sega. This one's called the Eden, and the Sega is just designed more for off-road than the Eden is. Next thing she needed, since she will use this bike for shopping, would be the cargo racks. So you have one here, and they're made out of metal, so very strong. You can carry quite a bit. Another item she was looking for would be color, and check this out. It's a beautiful matte red. It also comes in pink for the ladies, also comes in black for the guys, and I think even in a gray color depending on the model. She does have a height of 5 feet 7 inches, so she needed a bike that could match 5 feet 7 inches. So this one here I'll put over here someplace over here what the recommended height of a person should be for a bike like this. She also liked the fact that the seat, there's a little switch here. You can change the seat height however you wish, and now I've messed it up for her, but I will just put it back. She also needed a bike with range so that she's not charging it every night. So this one has a 90-mile range, which is 144 kilometers, but that range, like all electric bikes, is based on you assisting by pedaling a little bit along with the electrical assistance. The battery is removable, not that you ever want to remove it, but if you do, you can remove it. Here, I'll show you here. You just put a little key in the side, you turn the key, the battery falls out, and you can take it to your indoors if you wish. If you live in a condo and you want to charge it up on top of the condo, leave the bike locked up down below. This bike is also crazy fast for commuting. It can go 45 kilometers an hour, 28 miles per hour. For those of you who ride electric bikes, you probably think, well, that's okay. But for those of you who don't ride electric bikes, it's really fast. Trust me, when you're new to an electric bike and going at that speed, it's really fast. And of course, to have that much power, since she's going to have to commute up and down hills in the city, she wants a really powerful hub motor. So this has 750 watts in the back for the hub motor, to up to a max of 1,000 watts when it's needed. Now she did want a comfy ride, and this does have shocks in the front. You can do preload and dampening, which is pretty good for your weight. However, in the rear, there's no shock, so you do feel it a bit on the seat, although you can order a seat that looks like this, and it has a shock absorber in the seat, and I highly recommend that you get that. And finally, since this bike goes so fast, you want hydraulic brakes, and it has hydraulic brakes. Now I've had this bike for a month, and I've ridden it for a month on and off. We've had a lot of rain, and it is IPX5 waterproof, so you can drive it in the rain, no problem, everything works. So all that to say that I've really got to know this bike really well, and it's a really good bike. And as a matter of fact, when you watch this review, you're going to come to the same conclusion. All right, let's start off with the review, and let's begin with the anti-theft system. So say I drove this to a mall, I would lock it up with a U-lock or some sort of bike lock. Here's how the anti-theft system works. I don't have to turn anything on. As long as there's power in the battery, it's continuously working. So I go in the mall and I'm walking around. If somebody walks up and does this to the bike, just moves it the slightest bit on my phone, I get a notification, and I just got one, and you can see it right there. It says e-bike has been moved. So when you get that notification that your bike has been moved, you run back and you go check out to make sure no one's stealing it. That's how the theft works. However, say somebody does steal it, they load it up in the back of their pickup truck, or somehow they drive it away, well then you have a Find My Bike option, and I'll show you that in this review. And just to reiterate, when it sends you the notification, you don't have to be anywhere near the bike. You could be miles away. You could be on vacation someplace in another country. You will still get the notification that your bike has been moved because it's sending the notification through the cell towers. All right, let's get on with my review. You're going to love this. The first thing I want to show you is there's an app that connects to the bike. So that app does a lot, and I'll show you right now. Watch this. The Freedare app is available for both Android and iPhones. The very first thing you need to do is create an account with Freedare. Then you simply need to bind your Freedare account to your bike. All right, so what I want to show you now is I have connected my cell phone to the bike. Now, other cool things you can do with the app, you can turn your headlight on and off. So headlight is on right now, and you can see my display goes dim down here. So in the daytime, I usually leave the headlight off because I can't see the display. So when the headlight goes off, the display gets brighter down below. So I'm going to leave the app running, and I should be able to show you on the screen as I'm riding here. I do have it in normal mode, and let's go. So the app is going to show me all sorts of details about my ride. I'm going to pedal on this one because I need a little bit of a workout. So I've got my app set up to be in metric, and I have the device on the bike, the monitor on the bike, to be in miles per hour. So I don't know if this camera on my helmet picks it up. So if I look down at the bike display, I'm at 10 miles per hour. And if I look over at the phone app, it's 16 kilometers per hour. So this is me casually riding. So if you look at the app, I'm going to tell you what it says along the bottom. Of course, on the bottom left, it shows you the max speed I've been pedaling, which is at 18. Let me go a little faster here and I'll bring it up. And it will keep the max speed displayed, so if you ever want to brag about how fast you were going, you could show people. So there we go. I'll just leave it at 27 kilometers per hour. Next over is ride time, how long you've been riding, and of course, to the far right is your distance. So on the top left, you can see how much battery percentage is remaining, not in the app or your phone, but this is in the bike total. And at the top, you also have meter and map. I'm going to click on map, and that shows where I am right now. And at the bottom of that map, you can see all the details about your current ride, because it is a GPS. So I'll leave it on the map just for a bit. Here we go. One thing to take note is on the map, it's drawing a line of your route, and it's going to save that route so you can refer to it in future rides. So watch this. I'm going to turn. If you look at the map, I'm just going to turn here and go down another road, and the map will change because I'm going in different orientation. What's really good about this that I like is that I can ride, look at the map, and see where the road leads before I head down a dead end. Right, so I'm stopping here just to show you the results. So if you look at the map, it tells you all the details about that very short ride I just did. And as you're looking at your map, you can zoom in if you wish, and you can leave it on the screen like that, or zoom out, and you can see the red line is my route that I took right here. Now I can pause, and I can stop, and it tells me the details. And it says, do you want to save your ride? I'll click on save. It says call it something. I'll just call it cold morning because it is pretty cold right now. There we are. And you could write a description, blah, 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 blah. Click done, save it, and it saves it. And you can refer to this ride in the future anytime you wish. On the bottom of the app, you'll see a little picture of a human, an icon. If you click on that, that's you. So I'm Captain Drone. It shows you my weekly report. It's been raining, so I haven't ridden for a long time. So it's showing me my weekly report up top, and I can go to my ride history, and it shows today, because we are the 12th, it shows the ride you took. And if I tap on that, there we go. I see my red line and I see my route. And if I want to look at past rides, I would have to go probably to weeks where it wasn't raining. Does it show me? So there we go. I found another ride on the 31st of May, and it showed on that ride I did 11 kilometers. And if I want to click on that and see where the heck did I ride to, you can see it's a much larger ride. So I think this app connected to this bike is pretty cool for a lot of people. And of course, like any app, you have your settings screen, and this is where I have it in metric, you know, my display unit. I can clear the storage. I don't want to do that. And you can see on the screen, one thing that's really nice, you can switch accounts, so you can have other people ride the bike using the same phone. And if I go back to my bike on the main screen, you can see how much battery is remaining, 65%. I can click on find my bike, and it shows me where my bike is right now. I am down here near Princess Louise Park, which I am right over here. It's a park. So if someone took my bike, I could be at home with my phone and find it. One thing that's pretty cool, it has a bike analysis in here. They call it bike detection. I don't know why they call it that, but say I wanted to check out if everything's working correct on my bike. These are all the components. You see 6 of them on the screen. I'm going to click on hub motor. That's the electrical motor, and it says your motor is working fine. It also has another option on here to lock the bike, but I honestly don't know what that means because the bike still works even after I click lock. So it's basically locking the app, I think, but I could still drive it, it still works, so I'm really not sure what that does. And I'll click on unlock to go back and have the app work again. Now this bike does weigh 80 pounds, a little bit more than 80 pounds, so it's pretty heavy. And if you've ever tried to pedal an electric bike that weighs that much with no electricity, say your battery died because you used all the power, how well is it? How well does it work? So I'm going to show you my test of pedaling this with no electricity, then pedaling it with pedal assist. That's when I turn on the electricity and it helps me as I pedal, and And then I'm going to show you just using the throttle. There's a throttle control in here. You don't have to pedal at all. You ride it like a motorcycle, push this, you go forward at high speed. Watch this. All right, this is test number 1, and test number 1 is basically how well does this bike handle if you just pedal it with no electric assistance. So right now on my Shimano Speed, I'm on gear number 1, and I will say it is super easy to pedal. So if I ran out of electricity on this bike and I had to pedal from point A to point B, no problem in gear number 1. Let's try the next gear. Gear 2. All right, so I've been pedaling in gear 2, and there is no issue with pedaling in gear 2. Works well. Let's try gear 3. Gear 3, yeah, no issue with gear 3 either. Now, one thing I want to point out is that on this display, you might see how fast I'm going in kilometers per hour because I have a GPS watch and it sends the information to this camera. So you can see how fast I'm pedaling. And as you can tell, I'm not out of breath. So let's try gear 4. You know, surprisingly for a bike that's as heavy as this bike, it's not bad. Gear 4 is acceptable. I could definitely pedal home at a pretty good speed. Now let's try gear 5, and I will say I'm not expecting it to be easy. Gear 5. You better be a cyclist if you go to gear 5. Yeah, there's some resistance there. I don't even know if my speed is increased, but I'm starting to get not winded, but you know, it's a bit of an effort. So let's go gear 6. There's gear 6. You know what? You can actually pedal this in gear 6 as long as there's no hills. It has to be pretty flat. All right, let's try gear 7. There we are, last gear. Oh my God. I could not pedal this far in gear 7. It's much too heavy. Yeah. Now the next test is with pedal assistance. So let's power this on. You'll see my display come to life down here. So for the pedal assistance test, I'm going to put it in gear number 4 to start. Then I'll crank it up to gear number 7. And on my pedal assistance, it only has 3 pedal assists, 1, 2, and 3. I'll start off on 1, so let's put it down to 1. There we go. And I'll let this car that's back there go by and then we'll start it. Here we go. I'm pushing on gear number 4 and it kicks in. So now I have pedal assistance. Now I'm going to try turning my legs really slowly. So I'm not turning my legs very fast. If I look at my display, it says I'm doing 9 miles per hour. So yeah, you know, I'm just casually out for a Sunday stroll, not doing much. The cool thing on this bike is the more you push on the pedal, the faster it's going to assist you, or the more it's going to assist. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to pedal really fast. And normally on any bike, if you do this, and you have pedal assistance 1, you're going to have to put it up to pedal assistance 2, 3, 4, or 5. But on this bike, it's now saying, okay, you want to go fast? Look at my legs. There's a ton of assistance. I'm actually going faster than my legs can pedal. And I'm going to crank this up to 5. And I'll just keep going faster and faster. 6 and 7. Here we go. Yeah, so check that out. I'm at 19 miles per hour, almost 20 miles per hour right now. That is pretty amazing. That's on pedal assist 1. So let me just stop it here. Brakes on this are really good. So once again, I'm in Shimano Speed 4, lightly pedaling and pedal assist 1. I'm going to crank it to lightly pedaling and pedal assist 2. Just a slight difference. If I go up to pedal assist 3, you know, it's designed that the more you pedal, the more you push, it knows what you want to do. So you don't really need the pedal assist too much. You could leave it on pedal assist 1 and you'd be fine. So watch this, I'm going to crank the speeds here and I'm going to pedal harder. I'm in 3, pedal assist 3, but now I'm going. And gear number 7. And I'm pedaling like a bat out of hell. And I'm at 25 miles per hour. Oh, baby. All right, let's slow down. Okay, for this last test, I'm not going to do any pedaling. I'm going to use the throttle control over here. You just press it down. The more you press it, the faster you go. I'll start off in pedal assist 1 and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to press it down now and I should start moving. There we go. Don't even have to touch the pedals. Put my feet on the pedals just for relaxation purposes. All right, now crank it, full blast. And this is pedal assist 1. Look at how fast I'm going. I'm up to 25 miles per hour right now. 26 miles per hour. I'm climbing. Oh, this is much too fast. 27. Okay. There, I have a little speed meter up front and it tells me I'm doing 41, 43, look at it up there. Yeah, so I'm maxed out at 27. I think that's the fastest, 27 miles per hour. All right. So it doesn't matter if you're in speed assist 1, 2, or 3. When you crank that throttle, you're going to get up to 27, depending on the mode you're in. There's 3 modes on this, economical, standard, and sport, I believe. So right now we're in the middle one. So I'm in pedal assist 3 and I'm still up to 20, almost 28 miles per hour. The great thing about this bike is depending on your riding style, it has 3 power modes, 3 separate power modes. So what does that mean? Each power mode will drain the battery a little bit more, a little bit quicker. So you have economical, barely drains the battery. Then you have standard, and that is what most of you will probably drive in. And then of course you have sport. Only use sport if you're going to do off-road riding, up hills, down hills, all that good stuff, then use sport. Or if you have to get from point A to point B at a super high speed. Now, if you're a beginner at riding an electric bike, one of the things I like on here is that you can set it up for a beginner and you can take it really easy. Watch, I'll show you on the phone app at the bottom right. Click on that icon, then select Eco mode, which is economical mode. It says it's only going to give you a speed limit of 20 kilometers per hour. And I'm going to select it. It's going to say requesting, and it's going to change all the settings in the bike. And I'll show you what that does. So I'm going to leave it on speed assist 3. I've got it on Shimano gear 7. And I'm going to pedal, and there we go. So it's not going to do anything crazy. It's very relaxing. Matter of fact, I got to reduce the Shimano speed here. I'm going to bring it down to like 5. There we go. So I'm going against the wind, but the fastest I can go is 20 kilometers per hour. That's it. And if I stop pedaling and just use throttle, full speed, going against the wind, giving me 19.2 kilometers per hour. So that's it. So I think the setting that most people are going to use when they get this bike is normal. So let me change it to normal. If I click on normal, it says it'll give me 32 kilometers per hour. I'm going to use up more power. So let's select normal, goes requesting. And there we are, we're in normal mode. And this is what I like. This is my favorite for cruising around my little community. So I'm going to crank up the speeds here to 5. Got it in speed assist 3, and if you look over at my speed, I'm only at like 22. But if I crank my Shimano up to 7 and I push it, I'm going against the wind here, I can get it much faster. There we go. I think that's as fast as I can get it. 31. That's it. And of course, if you have a nice long straightaway or some area where you can go pretty fast or you're in a hurry, click on that icon and put it in sports mode. It'll show you right here, 45 kilometers per hour. And basically I will select it. There we go. So I've got my Shimano in gear 7, speed assist 3, sport mode. Here we go. Oh my God, let's get going. When it's in 7 and you start off, it's like you really have to push. I'm not using the throttle control. Had I used the throttle control, it would have been easier to get going. In sport mode, going against the wind, I'm in Shimano gear 7, and look, it's very relaxing, easy to go. And if I get lazy and I just want to hit the throttle, bam, there we go. Push the throttle, I can go even faster. Should get it up to 42, I believe. 45, there we go, 45. And that was 45 kilometers against the wind, which is pretty good. So this thing's got a lot of power pulling you along. Now I did mention that this bike has hydraulic brakes, and I will say they are phenomenal. So I did a little test with them every now and then, and it works out well. Here's just a short video. Now it is pretty windy right now, but I'm going to try out the brakes. I'm actually going downhill on a 30% grade. So we're going way down, but I'm going to slam on the brakes right at this sign here. The brakes are really good. They stop you really fast. All right, let's keep going. Now, if you live in a city where you have a lot of hills, then you want a bike that can go up and down hills, no problem. This can go down hills with the hydraulic brakes, so you're never going to go too fast. But going uphill, that's always interesting on electric bikes because some electric bikes are not very good at it. This one is exceptional, and I did a little test on it. Check it out. All right, check out the winds around me. It is crazy windy today, but this is going to be the hill climb test. So let me tell you what I'm doing. Shimano speed is in gear 1 because I'm going to have to pedal to assist, but I do have this in sport mode. So here we go. This hill is about a 15 to 20% grade, but there is one little spot very short. That's about a 30% grade. So we'll see how this does. We'll see if I have to really pedal, or can this actually pull me up the hill no problem. It's a heavy bike, so let's go. There we go. In sport mode, and I'm in Shimano gear 1, pedal assist 1. Okay, I'm gonna crank up the pedal assist. Pedal assist 2. A lot more power. Increase the Shimano gear to 2. It's doing well, doing well. All right, you can see my speed. And let me go pedal assist 3. There we go, that's full power. Sport mode, full power. I'm on Shimano gear speed 2, increasing to 3. Oh baby. It's really good, it's working. Let's go to 4. I love the way this bike has some sort of association with the Shimano gear shifter and the speed assist shifter. It's like they work together. There's a nice symmetry there. All right, we're going through the 30% grade. It's very short. And look at this, I'm just cruising through it, no problem. So this bike has no issues going up a hill. All right, I'm going back down the hill because I know there's a lot of you out there who are not very athletic. You're more like a couch potato. And when you ride an electric bike, you make your legs turn backwards instead of forward, and you use the throttle control. So let's see if this can pull me up the hill with throttle control. All right, I'm at the same starting location. I am not gonna pedal one bit. I'll tell you right now, I have it in speed assist number 3 in sport mode. Let's see if it can pull me up the hill just with the throttle. So legs out, and here we go. Throttle on. So far, it's got me going. We'll see what the top speed is. It's going up the hill, no problem. All right, I'm in sport mode. I do have my phone recording this so I can show you the speed on my phone as well as I have the GPS on my watch down below. So you'll see all types of speeds. And if my hat cam looks down, you can see the miles per hour down here, 23 miles per hour. And I'm coming up to the 30% grade. This is the steepest part. Is it gonna slow down? No, I'm actually increasing, 24. There we go, 25. And we're at the end of the hill. We're at the very top, coming to the top now. There we go. No issues whatsoever. So for all of you out there who want to buy an electric bike mostly to just ride it like an electric bike with throttle control and not really do much pedaling, it will pull you up a hill. Now please note that my weight is about 155 pounds. So if you weigh like 255 pounds or 300 pounds, it's going to have more difficulty pulling you up the hill, but I think it'll still do it. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of this review that the bike does come in 2 frame models. You can have the Eden, which is step through, and you also have the Sega, which has a bar going this way. The manufacturer says the Sega is designed more for off-road, probably a sturdier frame. So I've took this one off-road, and it does weigh a lot. So as you can imagine, it's going to sink into the ground quite a bit, but it did pretty good. So watch this and come back to me. All right, I'll tell you right now, I've driven this bike off-road and I don't find it to be a super good off-road bike. Certainly you could drive on dirt trails, but if you want to do like I'm about to do now, drive in a grassy field, which is kind of bumpy and go up inclines, you might have to pedal. So let me show you. So I've got this in Shimano Gear 1, this in sport mode and speed assist 3. And we're going to drive on this grassy field and go up and down these hills in a little bit of dirt here. So, oh my God, here we go. So the first problem with this is that the seat is super killer. There's no suspension in the seat. If you want to, hang on, I better stop. This camera's probably going everywhere. If you want to get a proper seat to drive off-road, here's a picture of one right here. Get that, it's available on the website. Okay, so let's carry on. You can see right before me, hopefully one of these cameras picks it up. There is a huge hill right over there, and I'm going to try to go up it. I'm going to have to use pedal assist as well as maybe some throttle control. I do have it in Shimano Speed 1. Let's see if we can get up that hill. Pedaling, and there we go, we're up. Woo! That was too easy. Now, because the bike is heavy, when you want to go around tight turns and stuff like that out in the field area, you have less agility unless you're very good as a cyclist. So just be mindful on this bike. If you want to do mountain biking, you have to have it in sport mode and speed assist 3. So you can probably hear it driving through water, swampland. There's a big hill in front of me. Let's see if I can get up it. Oh, I'm in the mud. I'm full of water. Come on, make it up this hill. I've really got to help out with the pedaling here. There we go. And there's a big hill in front of me here. I got it in Shimano Gear 1. There we go. So I think if the bike was a little lighter, then it would be really good for off-road mountain biking. But due to the weight on this bike, it requires a bit of agility to get it off-road. So if you're really good with off-road riding through the trails, then you'll have no problem with this bike. But if you're new at it, you're gonna wipe out because the bike is much too heavy. Oh, I'm full of crap now. As you've probably seen in this review, you can see this display up front, no problem. I just want to point out that things like this mirror that I've been riding around with, I got that off of Amazon. It doesn't come with the bike. This cell phone holder doesn't come with the bike. I had to get that off of Amazon. However, the little bell comes with the bike. So that's a bonus. Also in the forward section, there's a cable hanging off here, and that's to charge your cell phone if you desire. I should also mention that the hand grips on either side can be individually adjusted. So if you like one to be down and one to be up, you can do that. There's little bolts on each side. You tighten or loosen them. I do appreciate that the bike comes with a side stand. That's what it's sitting on now. You need that. I also appreciate that the bike comes with fenders so that you don't get mud and water flying up on you as you're driving through terrible conditions. Down below, you have protection on the Shimano shifter. So when you're riding off road, it protects it from rocks and trees getting caught up and messing things up in your gears. The headlight is sufficient. It could be brighter for night riding at high speed, but with that headlight, you won't go full blast at night. You'll go maybe medium speed because you'll outrun your headlight. In the back, you have a tail light, but it's run by a battery. It's not run off this battery, so you're gonna have to change the battery in the tail light at least once a year. You only turn it on at night. There's a little switch, turn on, turn off. So if you're looking at this bike, it is large. It is a big bike, and you're probably wondering, how large is the box? Well, the box is actually really good. It's a decent size, and inside this bike is so well packaged, you could drive a tank over the box and you wouldn't even damage the bike. You're gonna, well, here, let me just show you the unboxing and the assembly of all the components and actually what comes in the box, all the extras you get. So check this out. Here we have the box that was shipped to me in Canada, so it traveled quite a distance and it survived. It looks really good, and look at the packaging, awesome. Of course, there's more packaging than there is bike, so your garbage man's gonna have a real joy taking everything away. Next, I installed the pedals, then the handlebars, then the front wheel. Then I tested the brakes and suspension. Next I added the side stand, then the front fender and headlight, and finally the cargo rack. Then I added 28.5 psi to the tires and connected the charger and charged it up for a few hours. For accessories, you do receive tools to complete the assembly of the bike. As well, you receive a bell, an owner's manual, and the battery charger. And here's a close-up of the back of the battery charger so you can check out the specs. All right, you're back to me. I did let my family members take this out for a spin, and they loved it. All right, so what do you think?
I like it.
Yeah, it's a little big, and yes, the seat can go up and down pretty easy.
Yeah. I think, lowering it a little bit would be great, but it turns really nicely. It seems to like, I came right around. It's good. And I like the color.
So, Corey, what did you think?
It's good. It's fun. It accelerates fast.
All right. So what'd you think?
I love it. It's very comfortable, very easy to maneuver, and goes pretty fast, but not crazy.
Well, I put you normal speed for that. What do you think of the color?
I really like the color too. I think that it's pretty and modern, and I love it.
Faster than my Peloton.
And the last thing I want to say, if you think you like this bike as much as I do, hopefully this review video has shown you how much I like it, then you might want to click on the links right here, and this will take you to where this bike is sold in either of the two models. I live in Canada, and this bike was shipped to me super fast in Canada, so no matter where you live in the world, I'm sure they could ship it to you. So with all that said, I am going to end this video here. If you have questions on this bike, if there's something I missed or something you didn't quite understand, just post your comments below and I'll get back to you. And more importantly, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more cool videos like this, hit that subscribe button. I mostly do drones, planes, and helicopters, but every now and then I do a bike when I'm looking for something for my family. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. Catch you in the next one. Till then, I say bye.